Hello, ladies. Hold on one second. Oh, need a little bit of Dr. Pepper. Sorry, I broke the seal and went out of the room, and the kids had a whole bunch of homeschooling questions. Who's getting the homeschooling questions? So many of us are getting the homeschooling questions. I know. Okay. Okay. So today I want to talk about using kits and how you can maximize some of those. I know, in my, we talked about this last week. I buy these paper packs and I never really use them. I mean, I might pull out a single sheet of paper and use it for something, but I don't ever really seem to actually build a page or a recipe from these. And then when I started with Close to My Heart, I bought their stamps forever and ever in a day. Didn't use them until, many moons later. But this was a kit that when this came up on the cover of the March to April thing, I knew was something that I would really be able to use. Our family does a lot of cruises, extended family and otherwise, and I thought, this obviously I would be able to use this right away. So I went ahead and purchased this kit, and I've done other Close to My Heart, I do the monthly scrapbook page layouts that are sent. Those are cut above. So the things with those are cut and you kind of assemble them. You just follow along with the pictures. They're very easy. This is kind of like that little next step where you can just buy a paper collection, that has this great, look and feel. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have put this kind of tomatoey red or orange with navy. So I love that it kind of takes you a little step further from what you would normally do. So you can get just, the cute paper or the cute paper and the sticker sheet if you want to do that. You can also get the Picture My Life cards, which I have done with this kit because I'm doing more and more pocket pages as, I just get further and further behind. So I actually, and then you can get stamps that coordinate. You can get ones that are kind of sized to go on a card or other ones that are sized to go on a bigger layout. But what I did is I bought this. All right. So this is what they call the Seize the Day Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. And so it has the papers. It has these die cut sheets. It has it has the little acrylic shapes and the little enamel dots and things like that. Everything you need to finish a full project. And it comes in a Ziploc-y bag like this. And there's instructions. It has the solid coordinating cardstock that you need. So it's kind of everything that you need all together. Okay. So I sat here last week and I assembled this kit. See how it gives you, it shows you each piece of paper, how you're going to, lay it down and your cuts that you're going to do. And then that's how you then build these pages, which I'll show them to you in a minute. Okay. So everything went along just great. And then I actually just had a little bit of a manufacturing snag. They sent me, 2 of the die cut sheets for this page, so I was not able to complete this page. So what I'm showing you here in a minute is almost everything finished, but not this page, okay? So as you can see, if you look in the catalog here, a lot of these papers have a design on both sides, all right? And of course, I just love the one with all the little critters on it. So then I was kind of thinking, well, I mean, obviously, scrapbook is going to be way longer than these 6 pages. So how do you take, some of these key elements and then mesh it together with everything else that you have in your stash? Because let's face it, we all have a lot of stuff in our stash. So, so we're going to talk about this kind of in 2 phases. The first one we're going to talk about is how do you kind of lay these pages out so that you can utilize both the front side and the back side. All right. So I'm going to show you how I did that with the pages that are done. And again, please bear in mind that one page that I have is not done because I'm waiting for Close to My Heart to send that back to me. All right. And I'm also going to show you kind of what was left over from from everything that I've completed. All right, so I still have, I think in the instructions, in these instructions in particular, okay, so you use a piece of daisy white on the base of one, but they send you, I think, 2 sheets of it. So in the cutting instructions, like, you get to this one sheet of 12 by 12 daisy cardstock, and the only thing you need to cut from it, I don't know if you can see that, is a 3 by 4 inch piece of paper. Okay, so I didn't use this big 12 by 12 sheet for this one piece of paper. I actually just grabbed an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it out of there. So I retained the full size white daisy cardstock in case I want to, die cut something bigger or use this as another base page or something like that. So, sorry, I'm trying to see if I can see if anybody has comments. All right, so bear that in mind. So I had 2 sheets of white that were left untouched. I still have a sheet. Oh, hold on. I'm mixing up. Sorry, that does not go with this. So I still had 2 sheets of white left. So this is that first page that you complete. Okay. So I didn't put the photo. There's like photo placeholders that can go here, but essentially this layout is made for 3 pieces or for 3 photographs to go here and then journaling down here. Okay. So then nothing goes on this side. So presumably when I am storybooking out where I'm going to be putting these pages and what I'm going to be putting on these pages, I want to, there's always that debate. Do you actually scrapbook on both sides of your paper to utilize this paper? I typically don't because I'm a very chronological person. It's too confusing and too time consuming to plan my pages out that way. However, when I do have a couple of these pages that are just have fantastic sides on both, I'm definitely going to figure out a way to use the other side of this piece of paper. I'm not going to put it in a page protector up against something else. So this will go into a page protector where I could see both sides of this paper. All right. So this is my first extra page from this kit. Okay. The next page was just the daisy white. Okay. So I really don't have anything else that I need to worry about putting on this back side of the paper. Now I certainly could. And interestingly enough, when you punch this out, it left the word sun also in white with kind of this gold yellow trim. So I have retained that. I'll use that probably not on the back side of this page, but I might use it again in this album or in another album because that was pretty useful. And then you actually, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you guys. You kind of have to make sure you keep all your little bits and pieces because there's a photograph that is meant to go in here. And I'm just looking on my desk and there's my little eye that is supposed to go with this. So I do have a small Ziploc baggie of all of kind of the extra little pieces that I haven't yet done or haven't yet utilized from this kit. So I will be adding that little eye to here so I have it. So the other side of this page, I'm not going to worry about that. This is just going to go into a page protector with something on the other side and I don't have to worry about it. But look at this. This is the back side of something, okay? So here's this layout that I did, and it is meant to go, and it will go in my album. I'll put it this way, like this together. So you do have these 2 fantastic coordinating facing pages. This is what you needed that little sheet of white for. Okay, was this one piece here. So again, maybe not use a whole 12 by 12 sheet of paper. If you've got some scrap laying around, this will work just fine. All right. But now look, on this one, I have this leading awesome stripe coming into this layout as well as bouncing out on the other side. All right. So I will definitely, if I don't utilize both of these sheets of paper, I'll definitely try to use one because why waste that? Okay. So know that you're going to have these if you assemble this kit, and I know a couple of you do already have this kit. And when I looked this morning on the website, it is running low. So, I mean, there's still, almost a full week and a half left of the month. So know that when you assemble this kit, you will have 2 of this wonderful beach stripe to work with if you want to do that. And I would recommend at least using, one of them. Try to use one of those. All right. And then the last page that I have assembled, because again, bear in mind the other page for this is they're sending it to me. So I do have the blank page tucked away someplace, but they're going to send me the other piece that'll go on this. So again, I had the other side of this page is this great red anchor. So then I was like, well, I definitely don't want to cover up this anchor. And this was an extra piece here. This great, the wood grain was already an extra piece from what I trimmed down the paper for this layout. And again, on the other side of this really great navy paper is that critter paper. Okay, so what I did is I took this navy piece here, and I didn't think I was going to be talking about this, so I just assembled it and glued it down. But what I did do is I took my paper trimmer and I trimmed out kind of like this in here, this piece. So there's this great bin matting piece, and then a piece of solid navy cardstock covering the whole, and then my great photograph on top. And the great thing about this picture is that it's just a kind of a standalone thing. It's not going to mess up my chronological order, because that's, that's my thing. I just kind of can't. I really want my books to be in chronological order of the day. So, but this was kind of a standalone picture of my son and the captain. So this worked out perfect. So again, kind of wherever this ends up in my book, I've already utilized the double-sided paper from this. And then this was, this was a strip of paper from the Disney Cruise Line packet that I opened the other day. If you haven't seen that video, you can go for it. It came with a paper packet that I bought when I bought my Disney album. And then this also was a sticker on a sticker sheet there. And then this was a zip strip from this paper packet collection. So this is a little thing that Close to My Heart calls a zip strip. It's a little bit of an accent. Like, this is one from a birthday kit that I'm working on. So it's just something that you can trim off and you can add as an accent piece. In fact, in this particular kit, it tells you when you trim off, you'll have this star one. For this kit, you'll use a star one, the two anchor ones, and then this little kind of candy colored stripe, which you tell you to cut into 4 1/4. So you'll actually cut that last one into 3 pieces, and it goes on the bottoms of, I think, is it this one? Yeah, here, and then on the other page that I have not yet completed. All right, so aside from this other piece of paper, which, let me put this aside here, this is everything that I have left, okay? Now, granted, there's going to be a couple of stickers that I need to use on that other layout, but I'm going to have a lot of stickers left over, all right? So this headline goes on that other page, but there's going to be a lot of little stickers left over that I can utilize on additional pages that I'm doing for this kit. I had the bulk of a piece of charcoal left over, so I can use that for coordinating mat things. I had some navy strips also left over. I had, this is what I cut out of the center of that mat, all right? So I've retained this, which is perfectly large enough to utilize on another sheet of paper. And then I also still will have a little bit of white, a little bit of pink left over. This is the page. This one is not left over. Okay, so remember, I still have to build out that other page. This is the other page that I have for that. And again, with another set of anchors on the back. So I'll try to do another standalone page. Especially this color works so well with those Disney stickers and borders that I have. So this is quote not extra. But then I still ended up with a whole extra piece of this great kind of cabana-y striped color. And oh, this must be the leftover. The other 2 white ones must be from something else. So that, and then here's my little baggie of scraps. I have some anchor zip strips. I have that sun wording that I was telling you about. That's here. So I'll try to use this on another layout. And I did, so this is not quite leftover. These are my Project Life cards, or Picture Me Life cards, that I will utilize, because I'll use those other pages as my feature pages throughout the album, and then I will fill in with pocket pages, because as I discussed earlier or last week, I just don't have the stamina to do only 12 by 12s from here on out. I got to do those pocket pages. They go quicker. I can get more photographs in them. And then I still have a lot of little enamel dots left here. So I think, I was pleasantly pleased that there was enough kind of leftovers from this kit that I'll be able to make a couple more pages, and that the reverse sides of some of these pages are definitely going to be able to extend my kit a little bit. Okay, so that's just one kit. So how do you, when you go to sit down to do an album, which is obviously more than 6 or 10 or 12 pages, how do you get your stuff together so that it coordinates and can kind of, obviously not every page is going to be matchy-matchy, and you wouldn't want that because that would get kind of boring. But how do you make sure your stuff kind of flows in your storytelling for this, for your kit? And that was where I was watching another gal who had a great idea where when she sits down to do her project, she goes through all of her paper collections, through her stash, and she pulls the pieces that she needs so that she's ready. Okay, so that's what I did here. So this was the Disney Cruise Line paper packet that I purchased, and you can see that on that other video. And I took one of my close to my heart 12 by these fantastic Ziploc baggies. I don't think you can buy these as a customer, but if you want me to buy them for you, I'm happy to do that. They're like, I think it's 10 or 20 bags for $2.50, and they're perfect. So I've already put all of my coordinating paper in here with this stuff. So it is nearby with my things. I also went and pulled, I had an Echo Park Pirate's Life bundle that I had. And then I had gotten these a couple years ago at Michael's at a grab bag. But look at these colors, all right? So I have 2 of these stacks. And I've pulled them and I've put them right by my album. So I have them kind of all nearby. So there's, 2 of these. You don't need to see both of those. This is an old paper pack. It does look pretty dated, I will admit, but it does have this paper, which I do love for like our airplane day. So I'll probably use this for the airplane day, but by having it pulled and put in one spot, then I'm not going every time I go to do a page going and searching. And then this was my last Echo Park. The Cartabella. Cartabella, the difference between Echo Park and Cartabella is the paper. The Cartabella is like a very matte, and it's heavily textured. Okay, so the next thing you'll definitely want to do is, once you kind of have your kit pages, assembled if you're making them, or pull together your paper packs, get your matting paper together, and then have it all in one spot. But I was pretty impressed with how you could take some of these papers, because again, you're paying, a little bit of a premium for some of these kits. I love that it's all thought out, and I literally just have to cut and assemble what they tell me to do, and it gives me a great starting spot. But I definitely don't want you guys to take this sheet of paper and slip it into a page protector without trying to plan to do something on this other side. All right, so you've seen my little bag of scraps, and certainly you have other coordinating papers, navies and reds and golds. Cut your own titles, but definitely don't hide some of these fantastic papers, because that would be such a shame. All right, so I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I was really hoping that I would have that other, I was planning on sharing this when we had all of the pieces together, but we don't. So when that comes together, I will definitely maybe post some pictures of how it turned out. But do take your kits, gather all of your, coordinating items, get them ready, get them together, so that when you, sit down with all of your wonderful, Disney stuff or whatever album you happen to be working on, you'll all have it in one spot. All right, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something from it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy crafting today. Get lots done. It's sunny, but it's still a little chilly here, so don't feel guilty at all. Get yourself crafting. I'll talk to you later. Bye.